Hi and welcome to our demonstration of our paper prototype for our redesign of the Vine mobile application. As you can see, we're starting here at the home screen of Vine. We've redesigned it so that the video creation or Vine creation button is a little bit more prominent. And for this task, we'll be demonstrating how to create a new Vine. Okay, to start off with, the user would tap on the camera button, which would bring up the camera interface. The user would then have several options. The user could tap the library button, which would generate a list of thumbnails of current videos that are residing on the user's device, and they could then swipe through or tap on a video to select it. After tapping, this would bring up the editing interface where they could then manipulate the video with the tools provided. We'll go back to demonstrate shooting a video. So we would click the back or the cancel button, which would bring them back to the capture screen. And here the user could then touch and hold the recording button to begin recording. At any time, the user could release the button, which would stop the recording, and there's a progress bar that demonstrates how much time is left in the Vine recording. The user could reframe their shot. The user could also swipe to flip between the front-facing and rear-facing camera, and then press again to continue the recording. Once the progress bar is filled and the recording is complete, the user would be taken to the Edit Vine screen, and here they have a view of the Vine that has just been created, which would be looping, and they can then have the option to edit the Vine. They would be presented with a number of filters at the bottom here that they could touch to apply and see the filter applied to the preview window, and they could scroll between filters to find new filters, and they could also edit using the edit tools. If they wanted to edit a specific point in the video, in the Vine, they could use the scrubber to move between the video stages or frames in the video, and at any frame they could then use one of the tools here to apply, say, a cropping or text. They can undo their mistakes if they made any, or they could cut the video at that point and then move again and cut to sort of reorder the Vine however they would like. So that's the editing tools. Once they've completed editing and they're happy with the creation, they can then click the save button at the top, which would then save the Vine to their library but not post it to Vine yet. They would have to review on the review screen where they could see the Vine playing. They could decide to share it with a friend or add to a channel. They can choose which social media platforms to distribute the Vine to. And finally, to complete the process, they would click Share Vine and the Vine would be uploaded. That's the demonstration of our redesign of Vine for the task of creating a new Vine. For the second task, we will be demonstrating how a user would be able to report or block an inappropriate Vine. So here we're on the home screen that details or that displays all the different Vines. The user is able to scroll through the vines, looking at different vines. One of the issues that was found during the heuristic testing was that the home screen was overly cluttered with a menu bar at the bottom where commenting, liking, revining and the block feature were housed. The block feature was in fact hidden behind a menu, and so it was actually quite difficult to locate this feature for new users. In our redesign, we've come up with the idea that the users could use gestures to bring up a radial menu. So if the user was to touch and hold on a vine, they would be presented with a number of options as the finger is being held over the video, over the vine. These include revining, liking, commenting and blocking. The user would only have to slide their hand to the appropriate option, and upon releasing would be presented with the option to report or block the video, and then it would be a matter of simply tapping on the appropriate option and completing the task. In much the same way, the user would touch and hold and then swipe to like a video, swipe up to revine a video, touch and hold and drag down, and the comment dialog would be brought up so they could comment on the video. We feel this is a more intuitive way of presenting users with options. However, we do realize that it initially wouldn't be as intuitive to find this option, and so we suggest that a tooltip for new users would be presented on your first use to explain the feature. But we think once the user is aware of the feature, it would become quite easy to use. Touch and hold, drag to the side to bring up the appropriate option.